Do you believe that that committee can be set up in the new Congress where we actually adjudicate what you and all the other congressmen and senators were not able to do for those 24 hours, 12 hours in each house, that you would actually have the opportunity to put forward the real information and the real data so we can show the entire world that Joe Biden's illegitimate and that those electors must be decertified in an official capacity in Congress in a hearing, ma'am?
I would love to do that, Steve. I would love it. It would take a lot of courage from my colleagues, but I'm on board with that from day one.
Hypocrisy.
So this is not anything new. It wasn't a bunch of Republicans abusing the system. We were doing something extremely legal, and we have the authority to do it by the Constitution.
I almost hate to do this, and I say almost because we got to stay on these GOP like white on rice. Marjorie Taylor Greene is at it again. And she is trying to amp up support against a bipartisan bill that doesn't even go hard, but a bipartisan bill that seeks to prevent soft coups, and I shouldn't even use the word soft, coups from happening again in this country. And the woman is against that. Still putting out there the misinformation and just the outright lie that Joe Biden didn't win the election and is not the duly elected president of the United States of America. Family, we just cannot make this stuff up.
Democrats up here in Capitol Hill, they want to change that. You see, not only do they want to rig elections all over the country, they want to rig the way electoral college votes are counted from here going forward for every single presidential election. So they want to weaken our power, take away members of Congress's ability to object to electoral college votes from states, whatever state we want to object to.
So the bill that she's railing against would actually help to protect democracy. So the bipartisan bill in the House, there's a bill in the Senate, and hopefully the two chambers can come together. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it before the midterm elections. Anyway, that's a story for another time. But the bill is aimed at preventing future coups, which we need to do our damnedest to prevent. January 6th was a very sad, violent day in recent American history and should not be tolerated. The electoral count, it would make it clear that the vice president has limited authority, that the vice president does not have the authority that President Donald Trump said that he had in terms of overturning the electoral college votes, cannot do it. And this woman is sitting up there saying that he can do it. We're going to listen to that.
Then they want to take away the vice president's ability to reject those electoral college votes like Mike Pence could have done on January 6th.
They can't. So it's going to clarify the vice president's authority when it comes to the electoral college. The authority is very limited. It is not. He cannot, just throw out what the electoral college did, even though President Trump seems to think that he could, even so much so knowing that the people who were behind the coup wanted to lynch his vice president. I mean, you talk about no loyalty. Donald J. Trump has loyalty to no one. It was obscene what happened on January the 6th. And this man is still out there talking about President Biden is not a legitimate president. We know exactly what him and Marjorie Taylor Greene are up to. And as you can see, she went even as far as to say that she would want the GOP to redo the January 6th. Redo. What the hell does the redo do, and what does it look like?
That you would actually have the opportunity to put forward the real information and the real data so we can show the entire world that Joe Biden's illegitimate and that those electors must be decertified in an official capacity in Congress in a hearing, ma'am.
I would love to do that, Steve.
Chaos and mayhem is what this woman believes in. That's it. And she's not even serving her constituents because she ain't on a damn committee. Y'all need to get her. Really, she's an embarrassment to the state, to the great state of Georgia. The woman is an embarrassment. Georgia, y'all could do better. You can do something different. This is really serious. And as we think about what bipartisanship looks like in this partisan era, for God's sakes, at least could folks agree on the fact that in America's history, recent history, the transfer of power has not been violent. We had lots of violence. Let us not forget. People died. People got injured, including law enforcement, who the GOP swear that they love above all. And people like Marjorie Taylor Greene is showing very clearly that they just don't give a damn, that they are inebriated by power. She's even upset that she may not get a chance to object to the election results like she did on January the 6th. I mean, the thought that a sitting member of Congress is comfortable with pushing for another January 6th type situation is ridiculous. I don't even know how the woman made it to Congress. Well, mechanically, I know how she made it to Congress. She got the votes. But Georgia, please, spare this country. Y'all, you all deserve so much better than this. Get her.